Welcome back, people, once again. So now we kind of understood the time frame in technical chart. Now let us kind of go deeper and understand what are candlesticks. We'll completely decode what candlesticks are, right? And how to read those candlesticks. What are the types of candlesticks as well? It's going to be very intriguing and very interesting. If you pay attention and kind of look at it, then you will see, as you see those kinds of candles in the chart, each of those candles will start to talk its own language. And once you understand that, oh, it's fun. It's kind of really exciting. So I'm sure you will kind of enjoy that as well. So let's kind of jump on. What are, first of all, candlesticks, and what do they represent, and what do they say? So now, the history of it, it's called as Japanese candlesticks because it was first invented in Japan, and they've been using it for the last, I think, more than 100 years, close to 100 years. But it came to the West, it went to the West, and it became popular only in the last, I think, 30 to 40 years. Now it's become extremely popular, and it's a by default tool which is part of the technical analysis. And it's very interesting to kind of really see. So now, what are really candlesticks? How is it kind of appearing, right? Candlesticks. So let's kind of understand. So now, by default, a candle will look like this. I'm using a black color just to kind of explain, and I'll also kind of explain the significance of the color. Now this is how the typical candlesticks is. Now why is it called as a candle? Why? Because if you know, a typical candle is always like this, right? It is a body like this, and a wick, and the fire kind of burns on one side. So since it more or less looks like this, right? So they started calling it as candlesticks way back. Now the beauty of these candlesticks are that in like a normal candle has a body. Similarly, this candle also has a body. So this one here, from here to here, is called as the body of the candle. Now in the normal candle we have a wick, right? Wick. So in here as well we have a wick. Now in here we will end up many times, or the most of the times, have wick on both the sides. So it's like a normal candle burning on two sides. That's how it is. So we have a wick on top and at the bottom, and this is the body of the candle. Now this wick is also interchangeably called as shadow. Sometimes it's also called as shadow. So candlestick with a shadow, candlestick with a wick. Now this is the basic stuff of the candlesticks. Now let's go a little bit deeper. Typically you will see two kinds of candle, a green candle and a red candle. A green candle and a red candle, or if it is a software which is a black and white software, you will see a black candle, completely black, and a white candle, something like this, right? This is the two kinds of candles you see. Now why are the colors different, and what do they really mean? Generally a green candle, if it is a green candle, completely body is fully green, right? If it is a green candle and then one more is a body is completely red, and a red candle. So now for a green candle, right? So let me kind of take only the green candle and remove this one so that it's not confusing. Let me take only the red candle here and remove this, right? So now for a green candle, this part, the bottom part here, the bottom of the body, and this is the top of the body. This is the top of the body. Now there is a wick. The wick has the tip, the high tip, and this is the low tip of the wick. This is the bottom of the body. This is the top of the body. For a green candle, listen to me carefully. This represents opening price. Open price. This here represents close price. This tip, top tip, represents high price, which means highest price of a particular time frame. And finally, the low tip represents the low price. Once again, the bottom represents the opening price, closing price, high and low. So now candlestick is a diagrammatical representation of the four prices which we see every day: opening price, high price, low price and the closing price. Now this can be depicted for every time frame, 1 minute to 1 year, whatever time frame you choose, accordingly the candlesticks get formed. This 1 minute, starting of 9:15 to ending of 15th minute, before the 16th minutes begins, it's 1 minute. For 1 minute, what is the high price, low price, opening price, closing price? It's depicted. Similarly, for every 1 hour and every day, every week, every month, right? So candlesticks is a diagrammatical represent of the four prices: open, high, low and close. So now for a green candle, the opening is it at the bottom and the closing is on top, which means price opened here, during the day price came up and closed here. It went all the way high up here but came and closed here. Now for a red candle is exactly opposite of a green candle. This is the opening price. This is the close price. This still remains the high price. And this is the low price. So open, high, low, close, even on a red. So now the green has the opening below, closes high. That is why it is called as a bullish candle, which means it opened, price opened low, during the day it went up and closed high, which means bulls have gained control. That is why it is a green candle and it is a bullish candle. Now red candle is reverse. It opened here, during the day price went down and closed below. That is why it is called as a bearish candle, or a red candle is a bearish candle. Crudely, you guys understood that, right? It's pretty simple, right? And diagrammatically, that's how it gets represented: green candle and red candle. Now so far, if you're understanding it and if you're kind of enjoying it, type in the comment, got open, high, low, close in candles. Got open, high, low, close in candles. Good, great. Now, there are various shapes and styles of candle. Like for example, let me kind of show you here. So now I'm just opening up here this particular chart, which I was opened. So here you see some of them are very big, some of them are very small, some of them are like even tiny bit, right? Tiny bit. Some of them have long wick like this here. Some of them have very short wick and short body. Some of them have long body and only one side wick. On other side there is no wick at all. See here, this is a green candle. Below there is no wick, only wick on top. And this one has wick on both the sides. This one has a very small wick. This one, a red body but a small body. This one has very small body but wick on both sides. So various styles of candle are there. and each of them tell a story behind it. Now, what are those? Let us kind of briefly understand what are those stories which each of these candlesticks are kind of telling. What are these stories each of these candlesticks are kind of telling? Okay. So, what do these each type of candle or style of candle tells? Let's kind of understand that. Now, we kind of went through the technical chart. Let me kind of look at these candles. Now, there are bullish candles and bearish candles. We kind of discussed that. Green are all bullish, red are all bearish. Now, there are various kinds of candle. The candlestick study in itself can take you to master around 6 months time at the minimum, maybe even more, right? But now what we will do is we will understand 5 kinds of candle which are predominantly very important, and if you get that much, that is more than enough for you to trade successfully. Okay, now what are those? Now we will understand what are all the bullish candle from the most strongest bullish to the least bullish candle. Similarly, most bearish to the least bearish. That's what we will kind of understand. So now, what are the 5 kinds? The first is a candle like this. If you see a candle like this, which is full body only, no wick or no shadow at all, this is a very rare thing, very rare thing. If you see this, this is construed to be the most powerful or most bullish candle, this kind of a candle. So if this comes, which means this on that day or that period, bulls have been extremely stronger. Ever since they started, they simply kept rising and they closed right on top and never allowed the price to come down even a bit. That is what is bullish candle. Next one is something like this. While it is stronger, but at the closing, if you see, even though they went up slightly high, they slightly came down and closed. And even at the opening, when they opened here, they allowed the bears to take over a little bit and then kind of came back up. So this is the second kind of bullish candle. You will see this candle very, very common. Then followed by is this one, where during the whole day, even though they opened here, the price actually fell completely. And then at the end of the day, as the day was closing, bulls once again gained their strength and completely came back up and closed above. Right? So they should have ideally not allowed it go down at all, but they allowed it down and then came back up, which means this is the third kind of bullish or third strongest candle when it comes to bullish. And here it is similar to the second one, just that the wicks are much longer, the shadows are much longer, which means, you know, they opened here, it went down a bit, came back up, went up, but came back somewhere in the middle. So the body is shrunk a bit, little lower, smaller body. So this is the fourth strongest, and this one is the least strongest when it comes to the bullishness, least bullish candle, where, you know, it opened, it went all the way up, but lost its strength and came back down. So that is called as the fifth kind of candle. So these are the 5 candles, types of bullish candles, which you have to kind of memorize in your mind. You know, when you see this, you will have to understand. So most of them will be around this. Of course, some cases it's not exactly going to be like this, some cases slightly up or down, but mostly these kinds of things. If you understand this much, this is more than enough. Similarly, on the bearish, the first one, it started right here and closed completely below. So this is the first strongest, then this is the second strongest, third strongest, where, you know, it started here, it allowed the bulls to go up and then kind of immediately at the end of the day pulled them down back. And finally, fourth one and fifth one. So this is the bearish candles. So you have a set of bullish candles, set of bearish candles. So if you kind of understand these 2 categories, that is more than enough for you to kind of trade. So just kind of you know, pictorially memorize this and you are kind of good. So what did we understood? We understood what are candlesticks, what do they represent. We understood that candlesticks are pictorial representation of 4 kinds of price: open, high, low, close. And what is a green candle mean? What is a red candle mean? In some softwares, instead of green, it will be white, and instead of red, it will be black. white and black is also very common in most of the softwares. So now let me kind of quickly show you in a few softwares like this, for example. So in this software it is black and white. Black is a bearish candle, white is a bullish candle. So if you see here a bullish candle, this is a low powerful bearish candle, again a low powerful bullish candle, very strong bullish candle. See, like that, all of those you can kind of see here. Similarly, if I go to this trading software, here also you can kind of neatly see each of them at different styles, different sizes, right? This is what you will kind of see in all the software. Again, I'm showing you in one more software trading platform. See here, different styles of these candles. So this is all you need about candlesticks. If you know this much, you are extremely strong. So now you kind of go through this and see why is some candle big, some candle small, in relation to the previous one. Why is something very big, something very small, right? It's all relative to one candle to another candle. If one candle the price movement is so much, another candle the price movement is so much, it means the price has really moved big in the second candle. So that's what it means. So now hope you kind of got a good handle on candlesticks in this section. I'll come to the next section. We'll go much deeper. So far, if you've kind of got a hold of candlesticks and kind of enjoying it, type in the comment, got candles.